Hi, in today's video, I'm going to go over a case study on how the market can work against you. And if you're a seller, you're going to want to avoid this mistake. And we're going to get started right now. My name is David Matney with Nebraska Realty. Now, if you like the content, hey, please consider subscribing to the channel and go ahead and ring that bell for notifications. I do publish videos to my channel once a week. When you're selling a home, one of the things that works against you is days on market. And the best time to get the most amount of money is when the home first hits the market. And now we're going to go over a kind of an example and a case study. Now, I had a listing for $375. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 3-car garage in Southwest Omaha. It was a ranch and it was built in 2012 with 1,614 finished square feet. Now, day one, we got a full price offer. And the seller said, we'll get more offers. And we had good traffic, but we had no other indication that any other offers were coming. So the seller let the offer expire. And then the seller, after it expired, the seller had a few second thoughts, but that buyer had gone away. Meanwhile, what happened? The traffic dropped off. We had real good traffic the first 2 days, and then it dropped off. And so that seller started to get concerned. Okay, and at the same time, I was working with another set of buyers. Another property popped up on the market, and this one was listed for $320. And it was a 4-bedroom, 3-bath ranch with a 2-car garage, and it was built in 2011. It had 1,975 finished square feet, and it was listed for $320. And it was just a few blocks away from my listing at $375. And I showed that property to a different set of buyers, and this thing was just backed up with all sorts of folks going through that property. Now, after the showing, I called my sellers and I said, hey, guys, I want you to meet me over at this address, but do me a favor, don't look it up online, just come over. I just want you to check out this property. And I showed them the home. And I asked them, I said, guys, after you've seen it, I'll give you $100 if you guess the listing price. So I asked Mrs. Seller, and she said, oh, I think it's about $350. And then I asked Mr. Seller, hey, what do you think this listing price is? And he said, oh, I think $360. I told him, I said, you're wrong. It's $320. And while they were looking at the property, there were still people coming in and out of that property, just all sorts of activity. And their jaw about hit the floor because they're like, oh my gosh, now we understand why our traffic dried up. And then they said, well, we need to talk. And then fortunately for them, they did get an offer the very next day. They got an offer for $365, and this time they took it. But by waiting and not accepting that first offer, that cost them $10,000. And the folks that had the property listed for $320, it sold for $355. So it's very important that, number one, if you let an offer expire, sometimes you can't go back and undo it. And then sometimes your best offer is that first offer. You're only one listing away from somebody undercutting you and hurting you in terms of your competition. So you really got to pay attention to that. And as time goes by, the longer it's on the market, and it doesn't matter what market it's in, time is not your friend. Now, if you enjoyed this story, I got another doozy right here. And this is one of my all-time favorite stories in terms of pricing. And it's a giant, and it happened a few years back, and it was in a different market when we were in a buyer's market. But you're not going to want to miss that story. And now you make it a great day.